This morning, Tesla announced a surprise stock offering for about $5 billion.
And if you believe in the efficient market hypothesis to some extent, like this could be a way to measure almost, the impact of the stock price on supply and demand of shares. For every 5 billion that needs to be taken out of circulation or added to circulation, like in this case, then it moves the price $30 or $40, right?
Mhm.
So if that's the
Uh-huh.
case, it has a long way to go. I mean, that's just one way to think about it potentially. It's not probably not right. There's probably a lot of
Yeah.
caveats. As you go higher, the spacing might be closer or further apart
Yeah.
for that elasticity of supply and demand with the stock price. But I feel like it's an interesting measurement to consider in your head or your thought process. This extra 5 billion on Tesla's balance sheet might make, more benchmarked funds, comfortable faster to invest in Tesla than they otherwise would have been. Instead of like maybe 10% of the benchmark funds investing over the next couple of weeks, maybe now 15 or 20% of the benchmark funds are going to be investing in Tesla over the next 1 or 2 weeks, because there are a few of more of them are comfortable, like, hey, Tesla's got 20 billion on their balance sheet plus now they're going to do a lot instead of 15 billion. It'll move the needle somewhat in that perception of the benchmark funds that are being forced to make the decision. Are they really going to be able to even add it? And so I was thinking, if it gets so big where they just can't even add it, then I thought maybe there was like a 15% chance they wouldn't add it like a month ago. So I was seriously thinking about it, contemplating it, and I was like, Tesla could become its own asset. Even though it's a stock trading, it's almost like its own asset class. It's the biggest company in the world of a conglomerate of businesses, and it's not even part of the S&P 500. So you have to almost consider it as like its own asset class. And so now it's part of the S&P 500, but it's also going to become like this biggest company in the world potentially with a host of businesses that are dominating or changing industries and so forth. And yeah,
Yeah.
that there's so many people on social media asking like, what price should I sell? Are you still holding what, they're like asking me to tell them when to buy or sell and their options especially. And I'm like, man, if people need someone else to tell them when to buy or sell the option contract, they shouldn't be investing in options, right? Options are super leveraged, instruments, and I'm kind of worried just that a lot of people could get hurt in the volatility here. Like, what if the stock drops 100 points tomorrow? Like
Hmm.
that could happen. Big picture, you zoom out, Tesla's going to be worth much more than it is today. And what people should do, if they're doing any options trades, they're trying to do something like I'm doing, or maybe they do it on their own anyway, and they're just asking for advice. Whenever I get into an options trade, I always have a plan of I'm going to get out of them. So you have to have a exit plan going into the options purchase. If you're just going day by day, kind of fly by the seat of your pants, then you're just letting your emotions dictate what to
Yeah.
do. And.
Sure. What was your exit plan with this latest, your $2.7 million trade?
I'm holding this for a 20x or more return on the $7 or $8 premium I paid for it, right? But if it runs up faster than I think, then I'll probably piece out of 10, 20, or 25%, somewhere around that, just to at least get my money back and maybe double my money if it's a 20% I'm getting out at a 10x return, and then let the other 80% kind of ride for a while and see how that whole inclusion event plays out for the rest of the month. So that's kind of my plan. Is I have a number in mind where I'm going to get out of a portion of it to at least make my money back and some extra,
Hmm.
and then I'm going to be risky with the rest of it.